folks, it's Sarah with Obadiah's. Today I am going to be doing a first burn in the MBS Olympia stove. During this process I will do the initial light up. I'm going to take you through the various stages of breaking your stove in. I'll give you guys lots of temperature readings and show you essentially the whole burn process. For the purposes of this video, the damper controls are going to be left open, and I'm going to be controlling my fire by how much fuel I'm actually loading into the box. And then when I burn the stove again the second time, that's when I start dampering the stove down to test total burn times. So keep that in mind. These temperatures, these times are going to be with the damper controls wide open, and controlling the stove by how much fuel I'm going to be using. I'm going to be starting with a kindling fire, which is actually this guy right here. This is just like a half a load of a box of kindling X'd over the top of each other. Not very much kindling at all, and you can see it's burning quite nice. It produces a very good flame. So you could very easily light up this stove and have a nice ambiance without using a lot of wood if you just want to go with that smaller fire.
You can see it is burning really nice, quick, no dirty glass, hardly even any smoke coming off that kindling, no paper.
Okay, so my fire is like completely burned down just about with my half a box of kindling, and that was about 20 minutes. So I'm gonna head into my medium burn, but I want to give you guys some temperature readings. On the top of the stove, the center cook plate is at 202 degrees. At the back is at 111 degrees. Top side panel 66. Bottom side panel 59. Firebox door is sitting at 290 degrees. Yeah, the stove is not too hot yet. Okay, so now I'm going to head into my medium burn and reload this stove right now. So I'm gonna go with basically still really small pieces of wood, but bigger than what my kindling was. I'm going to go with 2 of them that are about like this size, and then some additional kindling stuffed around it. The reason is because this firebox is a little bit smaller on this particular model. And again, I'm breaking the stove in, so I'm not going roaring hot. Okay, so I'm gonna let this take off, head into my medium burn, and update you guys with some times and some temperature readings.
Here we have my fire taking off into my medium burn. I just have 2 logs, those small logs, left in there sitting side by side, and they're burning pretty nice. So I'm gonna let them burn all the way almost down before I load into my hot burn.
Okay, I'm about 20 minutes into my medium burn now, which is about 40 minutes into my total burn, I would say. And yeah, somewhere in that range, I would say 35 to 45 minutes, in that range. I'm gonna update you guys with my temperature readings. Top plate is now at 319 degrees in the center. The rear is at 222 degrees. I should actually give you these readings. There's nice little air slots at the top of the cooktop here, and I can really feel the heat pushing out of here, which is nice. That's that convection style heat. The air coming out is sitting at 211 degrees, so yeah, that's nice. Top of the side panel's at 101 degrees. Bottom panel sitting at 62 degrees. Our firebox door is reading 473 degrees. The oven door is reading 274 degrees. I guess, yeah, let's get some temperatures inside this oven. Back of the oven's at 475. 463 on the right hand side. Left hand side's at 453. Bottom of the oven is sitting at 520 degrees. So, that's the thing about these stacked models. I'll definitely say that, is that the oven really gets up to temperature. I noticed that when burning the T-Bow models. So if you are a person who is looking to have a stove and you want to do a lot of cooking and get your baking oven up to temperature, having a stove with the baking oven located above the firebox is a really great way to go, to have the option to do your wood baking really quickly with a small amount of wood. Okay, so my fire is literally about completely out. I do have coals that I'll be able to reignite it without my torch, but that was about 40 minutes total in that medium burn, which is like pretty good for those small pieces. Now this is a small firebox, so even though I'm going into my hot burn, I am going to start with some kindling here on the bottom to get this to reignite before I just go and put a bunch of big logs directly on there. So I'm going to stack really thin little kindling here. Close the door here for just a minute. I'm going to grab my other bigger wood. So I'm still going to go with, you can see these are relatively small pieces. This is a small firebox. 1, 2, and 3 pieces of wood is what I'm going to go ahead and load in here now. I'm going to let this burn on high, and I'm going to update you guys with some temperature readings in about 15 minutes or so. I am probably about 35 minutes into my hot burn, and I'm going to give you guys some temperature readings right now. My stove has been burning, by the way, for about 2.5 hours total now. My top panel is sitting at 450 in the center cook plate. The rear center is at 326. Top area around is sitting at, around 400 degrees, and it's solid 400. Top right corner is at about 350, 462. So you could definitely cook some food above the oven. Top panel sitting at 161. Bottom panel's at 77. Oven. The oven handle's not as hot, but I for sure want to point out that the firebox handle is too hot to touch. You need to have a mitten or a leather glove or something. Do not grab it. Okay, side is too hot for this thermometer. 686 degrees on the left hand side. 685 degrees on the right hand side. Top of the oven's at 645. Back of the oven's at 634. Bottom of the oven is at 719 degrees. So there's one rack level inside this oven that's just slightly off. Let me give you that pan reading. That pan is reading at 672, 675. All right, those are going to be our hot temperature burn readings during our first burn process. I hope that you guys really enjoyed this video today. I really do my best to show you guys all of the information so you know what to expect before you get your wood cook stove. If you guys like my videos, please don't forget to give me that thumbs up. Click the subscribe button in the corner of the channel. Thanks so much for watching. Have a wonderful day.